one can acquire bhakti even while living in the world by hearing and chanting the glories of God. This question came up in the question hour repeatedly. Living in the world, can we do bhakti? The Narad ji has put that doubt to rest. He says, definitely you can do bhakti. In fact, you must. You must not separate your puja and worldly works. You must make every work of yours a puja. That is what Kabir ji says. Jaha jaha chalum karu parikrama. Whenever I walk, I think I am doing parikrama. Jo jo karu so seva. Everything seems a seva to me. Jab so karu dandavat, janu deva na duja. When I sleep, I think I am offering obeisance to the Lord. So by every work, I am worshipping Him. That is the Karm Yog which Lord Krishna wants us to implement. Hence he told Arjun, Yat karoshi yad ashnasi yad juhosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tad kurushva madarpanam. Arjun, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever austerities you perform, whatever you give away in charity, let them all be as an offering unto me. And now bhakti becomes very easy. Narad ji has said, live in the world and do your bhajan. But the important thing, live in the world, but don't let the world live in you. See, living in the world is not a problem. All the great saints were also in the world. The problem is we allow the world to live in us. And how does that happen? When we become attached. This attachment is the whole problem. The world is not the problem. So people say, oh Swamiji, this disturbs me, that disturbs me, this person, this, that. Bada jhamela hai sansar ka. The jhamela is not outside, the jhamela is all inside. This world is Bhagavad Swarup. Shankar ji told Parvati, Uma, Je Ram Charan Rat, Vigat Kam Mad Krodha, Nij Prabhu Maya Dekhahi Jagat, Kehi San Karahi Virodh. O Parvati, if any fortunate soul gets rid of anger, desire, greed from inside, what will happen? Nij Prabhu Maya. He will or she will see the world as the form of the Ishtadev. Then where is the question of Virod? Where is the question of tension? But we all experience tension, right? Why is the tension? One teacher, he told his students, take a look at this glass. The students thought he's bringing the same story, half empty versus half full. Teacher said, listen, hold it in your hand for 1 minute. The student held it. Any problem? No problem. Now can you hold it for 5 minutes? Okay, he held it. Any problem? Slightly, it started paining. Now if I ask you to hold it for 10 hours then big problem. So in the same way, this stress that is getting created is because of the attachments. Whatever is necessary, you do it, matter over. If you live in the moment, then there is no stress. The stress is coming because we are brooding over the same things. Like the record, when it gets cut, so it goes again and again. मैं शायर तो नहीं, मैं शायर तो नहीं. Dr. Jariwala was telling us, right? So it keeps on repeating, मैं शायर तो नहीं, मैं शायर तो नहीं. So, oh my God, that CD is cut. So when you repeat again and again, what will happen? This stress will get created. So, the important thing is live in the world, but don't let the world live inside you. Ramakrishna Paramahansa said, like the boat is in the water, but water is not in the boat. You have to become the same. So, if you give up attachment, matter is over. Shri Krishna says so simple, Yogina karma kurvanti sangam tyaktvatma shuddhaye. Who is a yogi, Arjun? One who can do chakrasan or mayurasan? Shri Krishna doesn't say, Arjun, one who can do mayurasan is a yogi. He says, Yogina karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva. A yogi is one who is working. He may be running a whole corporate, he may be the CEO. Dhruv, Prahalad, Ambarish were kings. As king they had to do Sam, Dam, Dand, Bhed. But doing all this, they were at complete peace. Why? No attachment. So, Sangam Tyaktva. The moment that Sangam Tyaktva takes place, the world will say, oh my God, this Dhruv is working from morning to night. And Dhruv is at complete peace even while doing all of this. Now those who are not at peace, they will blame. Swami ji, shanti nahi milti. अरे आप समझते नहीं है कितनी परेशानी होती है. आप तो गृहस्थी है नहीं. I have got all this chunnu munnu etc. Just recently somebody came to me, Swamiji, I am a grihasti. I said, you know, in my grihasti I have got so many people. So, it is not the grihasti or lack of grihasti. The cause of the tension is the attachment. You give it up. That means what? Sukhe, dukhe, same, kritva, labhav, labhav, jaya, jaya. You put in your best efforts and the results are for the sake of God. Why is the attachment? We are thinking the results are for my sake. And if you are offering them for God, whatever He wants, I did my best. That is all. There was one wise lady. Her husband had gone to office. The son had been terribly sick. Evening 4 o'clock, the son passed away. Now the lady was able to bear because she had the Tattva Gyan, but she did not know how to inform the husband. So she covered the body. When the husband returned, the lady said, my dear husband, I need to share one bad news with you. Husband said, what? She said, you know, the Padosi, neighbor, he had borrowed a vessel from me. I gave it. Now when I go and ask, he starts fighting with me. Husband said, very bad. It is your vessel and you are asking it back, then why is he fighting? The lady said, he should not fight, right? No, he should not fight. My dear husband, just like that, God had given us a child and He has chosen to take him back. We should not be upset. Husband said, what? The son is no more? He was sick, he has gone. Husband started thinking. Then he said, you have a valid point. He was God's child, he was not my child. That is the detachment. But this main, mera, that is the Maya. Dvayaksharam tu bhaven mrityor trayaksharam brahma shashvatam. Mameti tu bhaven mrityor namameti brahma shashvatam. 2 syllables lead to bandhan, bondage. 3 syllables lead to brahma shashvat, realization. What are the two syllables? Mameti. Mera, mera. And three syllables. Na mameti. Not mine, not mine. So this mera, mera is all because of ignorance. I am the body, this is all for me to enjoy, I am the enjoyer. And what is true knowledge? I am not the enjoyer, I am the servant. So what is the duty of the servant? To please the master. That means what? It is all for his pleasure. You say, I am not the enjoyer, Swamiji, then I will become devoid of bliss. That is the catch. When you make it your goal to please God, He is not a kanjus or a makhi chus. He will give you the highest bliss. That is the Premanand, the Divyanand, the Paramanand of Bhakti. So, you do your best, whether you are working, whether you are doing Bhakti or anything. Put in your best efforts, karmanneva adhikaraste. You know, when people come to me with their problems, 50% of the problem solution lies in this one verse. Karmanneva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. The moment you say ma phaleshu, the result is not for me, problem solved. No, but why doesn't he listen? Why doesn't she do this? That means the attachment is there. Give it up. As far as possible, just keep giving it up. You know, like the pahalwans, when they do wrestling, they put oil on their body. So they become pakad-proof. They become slippery. In the same way, you have to become pakad-proof. The world should not be able to catch you. And how does the world catch you? Attachment. So does the world create the attachment? No, we are creating the attachment, not the world. King Janak asked his Guru, Gurudev, what is this Maya? Gurudev went and held a tree and started screaming, Chhod do, chhod do. First of all, King Janak thought, he is Guru, I should not say anything, it will be an offense. But Guruji is screaming for half an hour, so King Janak said, Gurudev, if you don't mind, aparad kshama ho, but the tree is not catching you, you are catching the tree. So Gurudev said, Beta, this is what is Maya. You are catching it. How? By asakti, attachment. And then you are saying, oh, ho, 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 ho. What do you have to do? You just have to give up that attachment. Sangang tyaktva yogina karma kurvanti. And you immediately become a yogi. So people say, Swamiji, can I also take sannyas? I will take sannyas, then I will give up attachment. But Sri Krishna has reversed the process. He says, where you are, first you give up attachment. He is very cunning. He knows the tricks that the jivas will play. They will take sannyas and not give up attachment. Then they'll become attached to their ashram and they'll become attached to different things. So he's first of all give up attachment and then you take sannyas. That is the whole Bhagavad Gita, right? Arjun says, then I will not fight the war. When you said my goal is spiritual. So what is the need of all this? Cholo, I will go into the forest. Sri Krishna says, Arjun, by nature you are a warrior. That nature will not change. You go into the forest, your nature will be there. You will gather 10 bheels, tribals and become their king. Just by going into the forest, the problem will not be solved. Better is you use your nature in the service of God. Somebody is a businessman. All right, you earn your money and serve God with it. Somebody is a scholar. All right, you read and you teach others. So whatever your nature, you engage that very nature in the service of God. And this becomes lokopi. You see, the richness of our Indian culture. Somebody, if you ask the people who have learned the classical dances, the classical music, they'll tell you all these art forms developed in bhakti. Now that is a skill that is there. Dancing, singing, etc. It's a skill. Jnani will say it is all mithya. It is all an illusion. The Bhakt will say, no, it is a Shakti of God. So use it in the service of Shaktiman. And that is how the whole culture had God at the center of it. So Narad ji is saying that Lokopi Bhagavad Guna Shravana Kirtanath, Uddhav ji Maharaj had said, Tvayopabhukta Srigandha Vaso Lankara Charchita Uchchishta Bhojanodasas Tava Mayanjayemahi. He said, O Shri Krishna, this Maya of yours, Shiva Chaturanana Jehi Darahi, that scares big yogis and munis, I will conquer it by your prasad. Tvayopabhukta Srigandha, all the food I will offer to you and take as your prasad. All the clothes I will offer to you and take it as your grace. Even all the perfume, etc., I will take it all as your prasadi. And through your prasad, I will conquer this Maya of yours. In other words, he is not rejecting the world, but he is changing his perspective towards the world. The world remains as it is. Arjuna also remained as he was. Before hearing the Gita, he was a warrior. After hearing the Gita, he was still a warrior. What changed then? The only thing that changed was his inner consciousness. First he was thinking, this war is for my sake, I have to enjoy and be the king. And later on he realized, no. Jivara Swarupa hai Krishna Nitya Das. I am the Das of Krishna. I have to do it for his sake. Whether I win or lose, it doesn't matter. So the consciousness changed and the external, everything remained the same. That is all we need to do. We want to change the external first. And Bhagavad Gita says, change the internal first. Wherever you are, you stay there, remain there, and transform yourself from inside. So, Lokopi, Bhagavad Guna Shravana Kirtanat, living in the world. Make it your priority. I will not let the world live inside me. What does that mean? I will not allow my mind to become disturbed. Arey Swamiji itni gali deta hai. Why should I not feel bad? You know, when I do counseling, most of my energy goes in convincing people that you are not justified in being negative. Understand the point? I am negative and this person is at fault. Arey, you are negative is your problem. Don't blame anybody for it. The world is Bhagavad Swarup. If your inside was okay, you would also have seen Bhagavad Swarup. Siya Rama May Sab Jagajani, Vasudeva Sarvamiti. See God everywhere. So, our goal is to improve from inside. No, Swamiji, absolutely impossible. आप समझते नहीं हो. The day we can decide the problem is all inside, the problem will be solved. Ishavasya sarvam. Our Vedas are so emphatic. The world is Ishavasya. Purushe vedagvam sarvam yad bhutam yadcha bhavyam. Everywhere is God. So, What we need to do is my number one priority, how to keep my mind in the proper place. Nothing should be able to disturb me. In other words, there is cause for rag but no rag, cause for dvesh but no dvesh, cause for ahankar but no ahankar. That is the meaning of spiritual progress. And that is what we need to keep as our goal and move forward in that direction. Then we will understand, realize Narad ji's meaning of Lokopi Bhagavad Guna Shravana Kirtanat.